How's it going, guys? This is Isolate here, bringing you PMC quarterfinals playoffs match here against the Red Spartan Vikavolts, Dolphin Squared. We battled him a few weeks back and we won. What was it? It was more like it was like week 5 or 6. I think it was week 5. We were 1-3, and then we climbed back. Or no, maybe it was week 6. And then we became 3-3. I don't know, but yeah, we picked up a win there on the back of Banded Mian Chao, and you can see I'm bringing that back. But yeah, I did have Necrozma and Dodrio last time we battled, so nothing new as far as that goes. However, you know, he did make a transaction that he didn't have before, which is Typhlosion. He traded Oricorio in for Typhlosion, which I think is very smart on his part. He didn't really have a solid fire type. Oricorio could be his fire type, but it was, it's an Oricorio. He only brought it like once, I think, so he did switch that out for Typhlosion, which is a very strong possible Scarfed monster, honestly. With those Scarfed eruptions, it's going to be hitting really hard, but we got to watch out for that. But yeah, let's go over his team real quick. He does have that Celesteela, very bulky Pokemon. Gets Leechied, very stally. Can also run offensive though, because it does get a Totemize, and very even stats across the board, like base 101 and base 103, and it's really only like mediocre. It's really only like subpar stat is speed with 61, which is nice for us. But he could that's why a Totemize is there to boost its speed. So he could run bulky or he could run offensive, but Celesteela is very good. So then he's got Thundurus, very powerful base 101 speed, electric flying type. Can run HP Ice. You know, last time he ran Z Focus Blast, I think it was, which absolutely decimated my Diggersby. So we gotta watch out for that. Hopefully he's not Scarfed. Scarfed Thundurus would probably be the worst for my team, but yeah, that's the thing. He's a threat. So. And then he's got Garchomp. Garchomp's a nice stealth rocker. It can be defensive. It can also be offensive. It's got that base 103 speed, so he's got two things that are just over, or no, it's got base 102 speed, sorry. He's got two things that are just over 100, which, 100 is like the thing you want to be at, or at least over. So, yeah, those two things are pretty good. And then he's got the Fortress, which is just a great defensive hazard setter, rapid spin user. So, yeah, gotta watch out for that thing as far as, bulking out things and whatnot. He's also got Typhlosion, which we talked about. He's got Politoed, or Typhlosion also gets, like, extra sensory, and I believe it gets Focus Blast as well. Yeah, it does get Focus Blast, so HP, nice, and whatnot, so that thing could be a threat. I feel like he'll bring Typhlosion, even though I do have 3 water types, like, he can still bring things, to beat him, so. Yeah, so next up is Politoed, obviously Rain Setter upper. It can pretty much wall Volcanon most of the time, so that's nice. It can also set up the rain for that Kingdra to sweep with the Swift Swim. Kingdra can also D-Dance, so that's nice for it. He's got Celebi, which is his grass type. It can U-turn, it can recover, Swords Dance, Leech Seed, Synthesis. It can be bulky or offensive, just like Celesteela. So, but it's like most of the time I'd say it's actually I can't really tell because Celebi is honestly not used a lot. Celesteela is, but Celebi isn't really. So I'd say it's a pretty good split between offensive and defensive. But it's really gonna come down to, if it does bring Celebi, it's really gonna come down to what he wants it to do. If he wants it to wall Necrozma, since he doesn't have a dark type, it could be for that. If he wants it to, just hit things hard with Nasty Plot, Leaf Storm, then it would be offensive. So it really depends on what he wants it to do. So next up is Meloetta. He did bring Meloetta last time. Didn't really prove to be too much of a threat, but it can if he gets up that Relic Song. And that could be scary, because once it gets the Relic Song up, it's gonna have base 128 attack, 128 speed. It's just a monster. Ariados with the sticky webs, that could be annoying, so we gotta make sure we keep those off the field. He did bring Ariados last time. He didn't really do much with it though, so not too worried about it. And then Ninjask. Last time I actually thought it was Shedinja. I actually had Shedinja on the layout, and I prepped for. Well, I didn't really prep for Shedinja, but I thought it was Shedinja the whole way through, and then it just turned out to be the Ninjask, and I got them mixed up. It was hilarious, but in my opinion, Ninjask is not as big of a threat, but it can still be powered. You know, it's got blistering speed, 160 speed. You can set up a Swords Dance, and honestly, wreak some havoc right there. That's gonna be bad. It also gets U-turn, gets Baton Pass. He can't obviously Swords Dance and Baton Pass, but he can Swords Dance and then attack. So that's a thing. I feel like he might bring it, you know, because you know it hits my team decently hard. I mean, Magnezone is there to just pretty much just wall it, but you know, I feel like he could bring it because this could be the last game for either of us, or it's gonna be the last game for one of us. So he might just want to bring it just to try it out. He's brought it once this season, I think. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, let's go over my team now. I'm bringing back the Choice Banded Mienshao because he does not have any ghost types, so I can high jump kick anything. I need this thing to land high jump kicks. We Oko Garchomp. We almost Oko with the Reckless. It's gonna actually boost high jump kick, even though it's not a recoil move. It still counts because you could take damage if you miss, or you do take damage if you miss, but if you hit, you don't take damage. So it's kind of up in the air as far as that, but we do get the boost because of Reckless. Reckless does boost the high jump kick's power, because technically it could be a recoil move. But yeah, high jump kick, like, absolutely, it 2KOs everything on this team. There's no doubt about that. It can Oko so many things. It 2KOs even the Selby. It probably 2KOs Ninjask and Area Ojos. I'm actually gonna calc that right now. I'm just curious to see if they can take. They probably can. I mean, it's quad resisted, but Mienshao's so strong with that Choice Banded. I mean, we are Jolly because we need to be able to outspeed. Yeah. By the way, the Jolly nature with the speed is to outspeed Mega, or not Mega Garchomp, but regular Garchomp. And yeah, we got Rock Slide for the again, you know, the Ninjask. If we really need it, I mean, for the Thunderous mainly, maybe Typhlosion, but High Jump Kick's gonna be Okoing it anyway. Yeah, and then U-turn just to get momentum, because he's probably gonna be forced to switch with that thing a lot. I'm just checking to see if we can 2KO. We have a chance to 2KO the Ariados with the high jump kick. But Ninjask, yeah, we 2KO like in every universe we can 2KO despite it being quad resisted. So that's nice. Yeah, konnichiwa here. Basically my win con, to be honest, because it just hits his team so incredibly hard. He's definitely gonna prep for it though. Like, he's gonna bring something for it. He might even bring Protect, which is scary to think about, but yeah. Anyway, Whimsicott is here. I brought Choice Specs Whimsicott last time. Here I'm thinking of more of a defensive set, because I'm thinking what can stop my Mienshao, and that's like Scarf Thunderous, Kingdra in the Rain, and Garchomp. Well, this Whimsicott is kind of good for, and Scarf Typhlosion. This thing's kind of good because it can Stun Spore that will hit the Garchomp since it's a Grass type move, so it can paralyze him. We can paralyze the Typhlosion, we can paralyze the Kingdra. You know, those are the threats, and then Thunderous, we can kind of eat hits from it. It's probably gonna have Sludge Wave, but if it is Choice Scarfed, then obviously if it goes for like Thunderbolt, it can't go for it next turn, and if it's not Choice Scarfed, then we can outspeed with Mienshao. Yeah, Leech Seed is nice. Oh, also Drain Punch on Mienshao in case I don't have to high jump kick. I don't want to risk the miss, and I can just Drain Punch, so that could be nice. But yeah, then U-turn Memento. It's kind of just here, you know. We're here to Stun Spore things and get Leech Seeds off. That's what this thing's for. Grab some momentum if possible. So yeah, next up is Hazard, Spidef with Defog, Fire Blast, Memento, and Crunch. Again, another Memento user because I want to be able to stop any possible sweep from Kingdra, or, you know, if Meloetta is setting up, if Garchomp's setting up, if it's like a dual dance Thunderous with Nasty Plot and Agility, that's possible. So, you know, Memento's there. We can Fire Blast for the Celestial because it's going to be really useful to hit that thing hard, and then Crunch for pretty much everything else. This thing isn't really here to be an offensive threat, but it is here to hit things and kind of just wall things and do that. Also, with the Mind Speed nature, if Politoed, even if Politoed runs 12 speed EVs, I'll still be able to outspeed it because Politoed is naturally at level 50. It's naturally at 90 speed. If he puts 12 EVs in it, it's gonna go up by 2. At level 100, it would go up by 3, but since it's level 50, it only goes up by 2, so that's gonna be give him 92. And I'm gonna outspeed because obviously you can see here I'm 93, but yeah, so that's that. Crunch can hit Celebi, it can hit Meloetta, Fire Blast can also hit the Fortress, Celesteela, Ariados, Ninjask, stuff like that. Next up is going to be Code Red. We are bringing this thing back here. It's enough speed to outspeed something. I think I forget what it was. No, it's so that I can outspeed Politoed, because if he does put, we're both base 70, so if he does put a bit of speed in Politoed, hopefully we'll be able to outspeed him, like out EV him, and we have enough HP plus Spit F to take. It was some kind of hit. It was I think it was, if I get a Memento off with either Skuntank or Whimsicott on the Celebi, then I can switch into Volcanion and be able to sub up on it, and it can't break subs, as long as it's like modest with leftovers or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of complicated, but at the same time it doesn't really, it's not too complicated. We have Substitute, Solar Beam, Flamethrower, and Steamer option, because if he does bring that Politoed, we can sub up on it and then go for that Z, and then go for that Bloom Doom. Only thing is he might not stay in if we sub. So that's something that I might change along the course of the next few days. So I'm not sure when we battle yet, but yeah, that is what it is. Wanted to go HP Ice for Garchomp, but Steam option is gonna hit it hard anyway, and I really wanted these 4 moves. So yeah, just nice for his team. Like at first I had HP Ice over Flamethrower, but I changed it to Flamethrower because I got to be able to hit the Celesteela really hard, just in case, because I'm thinking it might bring EQ. So I got to be able to Flamethrower, and Flamethrower is also nice for the Celesteela, or I just said that. Flamethrower is also nice for the Celebi, the Fortress, and Fire's just pretty nice against his team overall. Obviously he has the rain, but yeah. Next up is Bounty. We have the Air Balloon, Magnet Pull, so we can kind of just trap that Celesteela. We have enough speed so that just in case he wants to put a bit of speed into the Celesteela, just a pinch, we should be able to outspeed him with that. And then just max special attack, pretty much max HP, modest. So yeah, Air Balloon's there because he can, if I'm Magnet Pull, I can't be Sturdy, obviously, so if I go Sturdy, he can switch out with the Celesteela, but if I go Magnet Pull, then he can EQ, but since I have Air Balloon, he obviously can't EQ. I don't expect him to bring Flamethrower because there's not much of a reason, EQ just seems good, because the only thing he'd be bringing Flamethrower for would be Magnezone and Whimsicott. Like, these are literally the only things that get hit super effectively with Flamethrower. But like, Magnezone gets hit harder with EQ, and Whimsicott gets hit harder with Flash Cannon or Heavy Slam. So there's really no reason to run Flamethrower in my opinion. But yeah, we just got the HP Ice, because if we do still have our Air Balloon by the time Garchomp comes in, that's gonna be really nice. We can just fire off an HP Ice, hit that thing really hard. Might even take it out. I think it will actually. Yeah. Because because Magnezone's really strong, obviously. And yeah, don't really need hidden power fight. Like, we could trap in the Fortress, and you can't really do much back to us. I was contemplating Substitute, but I might bring Sub over Volt Switch. That could be a possibility, but who knows? Well, it's just gonna have to be a game time decision. But yeah, we could sub up on Celesteela and Fortress, and potentially Garchomp, because we have the Air Balloon, and Politoed if he switches, so maybe even Meloetta. So, and Celebi, there's a bunch of things we can set up the Substitute with. So we might switch out Volt Switch for that, but because Flash Cannon is just nice for what's Flash Cannon nice for? We can pretty much Thunderbolt and HP Ice his whole team. I don't even know why we really need Flash Cannon. I guess we could change that out for sub. Anyway, yeah, we don't really need it. It's all good though, because literally everything else hits his team just as hard. In fact, I'm gonna change that right now. Just change that to Substitute, because we're never gonna use Flash Cannon. We don't. Oops. We're never gonna use Flash Cannon. We don't need it. So not submission. Swear. Okay. So that's that. We got sub now. We keep Volt Switch, so that's nice. But yeah, this is the set. Hopefully it proves to be nice. last but not least, yeah, we got Diggersby. Choice Scarf variant. We've never really brought Choice Scarf, but it just seems to make sense in this matchup. Because even if I don't really see I don't really see myself getting an agility up on too many things. And I just want that immediate, speed boost to where I can just switch in and U-turn's nice. Ice Punch plus Frustration plus Thunder Punch pretty much decimates his team. I'm adamant, huge power. I can just destroy most of his team. I can outspeed the fastest thing on his team, which is Garchomp, max speed Garchomp. I can outspeed with this amount of speed. But obviously, if he's Scarfed, then that's another thing. But Choice Scarf Garchomp should not be able to OHKO Diggersby with anything, and Ice Punch is going to hit it back so hard. Same with Thundurus. Frustration actually does more to Thundurus than Ice Punch, so I gotta keep that in mind. A lot of people think that just because it's super effective, it's going to do more, but that's not the case. Same with like HP Ice and Flash Cannon from Magnezone do the same because to the Celebi because of the stab. So because of the stab the Flash Cannon gets, and HP Ice obviously doesn't. So yeah, we can't hit Fortress too hard with this, which is unfortunate. I wanted to run Fire Punch, but in the situation that he does bring Politoed, then Thunder Punch is gonna be it's gonna be nicer to hit Celesteela. And like we have things for Fortress. I'm not too scared about the Fortress offensively, and we do have our Defogger here. So obviously we could change Fire Blast or U-turn out for Fire Punch. It's gonna be another thing I'm gonna have to think about. But U-turn is nice because it can kind of just give us that immediate switch out. Like if he has Typhlosion in, most of the time we just click Frustration though. But that's the thing. He could switch into Fortress. We could get that Fire Punch off instead of the U-turn, but that's a prediction we're gonna have to make. What if he stays in? Then what? So U-turn's nice. So yeah, I've never really brought U-turn on Diggersby yet. We do have that U-turn core with Whimsicott and Driller, and we also have Volt Switch on Bounty, so that's a nice little stuff there. So yeah, battle should be up. I don't know when I'm recording this, but I don't know when I'm gonna be uploading this. Probably like Saturday. It should be Saturday, but by the time this goes up, battle should be right after this. Battle should be the day after this one goes up. So get excited for that. If we lose, we're out of it. But if we win, we're gonna move on and face someone. It's a secret. Yeah, we could very easily lose this game though because he has a lot of threats that can be like, especially like Kingdra. Kingdra's really bad for our team. We're really good against our team. So that's why Whimsicott's gonna be so useful. Obviously it does get Ice Beam and stuff, but we do have that priority stuns more. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button. That would be very nice of you. And I will see you guys next time.